It is my special honor to welcome all gathered to the opening convocation of the 2018-2019 academic year. This ceremony is convened as a tradition at American colleges and universities as a formal introduction to the important work that is at the core of undergraduate education. I am Dr. Shelley Chandler, Beacon's Provost, and it is my honor to preside over this inaugural ceremony of the year. Although this is an audience of many interests, I want to extend special greetings to the students and to direct my comments most directly to you. Seated on the platform in the front rows for this ceremony are the faculty and academic staff that will be instrumental in your Beacon career. Their presence here today is intended to convey three vital messages. Number one, we welcome you and have been awaiting your arrival. Number two, we are here for you to guide, instruct, and embrace your dreams. And number three, we believe in you and share your ambitions. Be assured there is a responsibility on your end as well. We are a proud collegiate community and have clear expectations as to your role in the teaching and learning process. We can confirm, however, as a generation of Beacon students and graduates can attest, that if you accept and take full advantage of the collegiate experience as the gift that it surely is, your life will be transformed. With academic regalia and pomp, yes, even a piper, this is a formal and ceremonial occasion. It is no less a joyous one. You have arrived on campus. However anxious you may be about this new experience, please take a moment of justifiable pride that you are entering a competitive college community destined to change your life and your perspectives of the possible and the achievable in your future and life. Others on the stage wait the opportunity to greet our new students and their families. Each will offer his or her welcome from a special vantage point that reflects the range, the depth, and the focus of the Beacon experience. No academic community is more motivated nor more accomplished in eliciting the best of the undergraduate students than Beacon College. Our mission demands that great teaching and instructional support are at the core of all we do. The arbiters of excellence in our classroom are our faculty. So it is therefore my privilege to call upon Professor Richard Perrone, the chair of the Department of Human Services and Psychology, to address and welcome our newest members of the student body. Dr. Perrone?
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. Good afternoon, class of 2022. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome you here today. Today is a very important special day. Today could be considered one of the most exciting and memorable days of your life, the start of your college career. Most people have hopes and dreams that they desire to reach. Some work very hard to realize those steps towards their hopes and dreams, while others find reasons why they can't fulfill those hopes and dreams. However, successful and happy people take the steps to reach their potential. The fact that you're sitting here today at Beacon College means you're one of those people taking the step towards reaching your potential. Right now, the question is, how do you move forward? What does it mean to be a good steward of the education that you are so fortunate to receive? First, you must acknowledge those who have made your college experience possible. It is important as you move and prepare towards your future to be grateful to those who have supported you, such as your parents, extended family, friends, and mentors. Show your gratitude by putting forth the greatest effort in doing your best while at Beacon College. Some of you may have been dreaming about this day since you were a child. Others may have been told that college was something out of reach. There may be some of you that are thinking, do I really need college? I'm just going to give you a few interesting facts. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics cited that the average worker with a bachelor's degree will earn approximately $1 million more than a worker without a degree over a course of a lifetime. In addition, the unemployment rate for a degreed individual is half that of a non-degreed individual. The most recent Lumen report found that college degree holders demonstrate healthier habits than non-degree holders, and therefore are generally in better health and show a 6% increase in overall happiness in comparison to non-degree holders. There are many facts found through research that demonstrate that there's a measurable benefit to obtaining your college degree. The evidence is really overwhelming, showing that the investment in college pays in big ways for both you and society in general. However, what's really important to remember is that college is what you make of it. You can be told what college should be like, but fortunately, college is a unique experience for us all. Although college is different for all of us, please remember that here at Beacon College, you will never be alone. You are joining one of the most supportive communities imaginable. Our president, faculty, and every staff member are fully committed to your academic success. The next few years are going to be amazing, challenging, stressful, and unpredictable, just like the real world. Frederick Douglass, an American social reformer and author, noted, "If there's no struggle, there's no progress." As a result of the various academic challenges you may face while attending Beacon College, you will become stronger, refined, resilient, and overall improved version of yourself. You will have many challenging choices to make while in school. However, here at Beacon College, you have constant support all around you and all the time. Whether you turn to one of your teachers or one of the staff members, there is always someone willing to help you. You will discover who you really are while you navigate through your schooling. It is important for you to go out of your comfort zone by taking healthy risks and dreaming big. Get involved on campus. Join a campus club, a student organization, play a sport, or join many of the other activities that are available to you at Beacon College. Take classes that interest you, that challenge you to critically think. Yes, there's going to be work that you have to do while you're here, and yes, there'll be effort that you must provide while you're here at Beacon College. However, also have fun while you're here. Find that balance that's necessary for your success. College is about learning, but some of the important things that you learn in college don't necessarily come out of your textbooks. Sometimes the things that you gain while attending college come from your interactions and your relationships with staff members and faculty and classmates. The next few years, you will build, shape, and define yourself as an individual. You will be different after attending college. That's a guarantee. The difference is positive and life-changing. Look around you. You're not here for someone else. You're here for you. You are here for yourself, and that's what really matters. Have an attitude of gratitude and make positive choices that honor your happiness. Don't dwell in the past. Concentrate your mind on the here and now. Zig Ziglar, speaker and author, has said, "Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude." In other words, believe in yourself with sincerity, enthusiasm, positive energy, because what you think about most is what you will bring about most. Take ownership in your college experience, and you'll be better prepared to get the most out of your time while you're here at Beacon College. It is also very, very important that you believe without a doubt that you will be successful and obtain your degree. This thought process will help you make those mature decisions regarding your academics, such as going to every class, completing your assignments, and important to ask for help when you need it. In the words of author Jackson Brown, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. You are now in your academic journey. It is up to you to make this journey count. Your journey starts now. You have a clean slate, so why not do your very best? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Perrone, for your welcoming remarks on behalf of the faculty, our academic and developmental support professionals, and those who administer our Writing Center and our Mathematics Lab programs. Beacon's success in student outcomes over the past decade can be traced beyond effective classroom instruction and academic support to those non-classroom activities, programs, and environments that define a healthy collegiate experience. At Beacon, we view each student holistically. In doing so, we take care to ensure that our co-curricular, our extracurricular, and residential offerings reflect the same dedication to student success that can be found in our classrooms. Much of the innovative programming external to the classroom and the Center for Student Success is led by professionals associated with our Division of Student Affairs. It is my pleasure to introduce our Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Carrie Greenstein.
Thank you, Dr. Chandler. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you, the class of 2022, along with your parents and loved ones, to the Beacon community. In case you haven't already figured it out, Beacon is a very special place. At Beacon, you will be surrounded by faculty and staff that care deeply about you, your well-being, and your future success. We are committed to helping you grow and develop and become the best versions of yourself. Starting today, you are part of a community that accepts you exactly as you are. We no longer want to talk about the things you can't do. My guess is that you've heard enough about that. So we're going to focus on the things you can do. In the next couple weeks, we are going to have each of you take an assessment called Strengths Quest. The assessment will help identify your natural talents, and we will work together to help you utilize your natural talents to achieve more than you ever thought possible. As we begin this journey together, it may be helpful to understand a little about some of my talents. You'll soon learn more about these terms, but I am an achiever and a maximizer. That means I strive for excellence in everything I do. Good, or even great, isn't always good enough. I will always want to do more or be better. I share this with you now because I want you to know where I'm coming from when I expect the same of you. I know that there is great potential inside each and every one of you, and the staff and I will do everything possible to highlight those strengths. During your time at Beacon, we expect you to take advantage of opportunities and try something new. We expect you to meet new people and make lifelong friends. We expect you to have fun. Yes, it's okay to have some fun. We expect you to work hard and give us your all, because anything less won't be good enough. We expect you to challenge yourself in how you think and act, because if you don't, we certainly will. We will challenge you to do things that are different and that feel uncomfortable. We will even challenge you in ways in which you may not succeed. And more importantly, that that's okay. We want you to realize that it's okay to have setbacks, as long as you learn from them. We want you to take chances so that if you do make a mistake, it happens now, while you're here, surrounded by people that will be there to support you, to guide you, and help you bring out the best in yourself. As a result of my talents, I've become really good at taking something great and making it even better. I started today by saying that Beacon is a special place. With the help of the staff, we are continually working to make Beacon even better. Today, with each of you joining our community, I know that we have taken another step in the right direction. With your help, we will continue to make this special place even more special. I know I speak for everyone on the staff when I say that we look forward to getting to know each one of you, how special you are, and to see how great you can become. Again, on behalf of the staff, welcome to Beacon.
Thank you, Dean Greenstein. We have just benefited from a description and a vision for the student experience at Beacon College. I now call upon the person best equipped on this stage to comment upon it, because like all students who choose our community as their academic home, they live the Beacon difference daily. William Finkelstein has been an active student leader since his arrival at Beacon. He now serves his fellow students as the president of the college's Student Government Association. It gives me great pleasure to call William to the podium to welcome and address you. William?
Thank you to Dr. Haggerty, Dr. Greenstein, and all the distinguished Beacon officials for giving me the opportunity to welcome you guys here today. I am Beacon's SGA president, but first and foremost, I am a student like everyone else. And I have been in those seats before, and I understand how it feels. You're nervous, you don't know what to make of it. This is your first time on your own. And I kind of narrowed it down to a few steps. You're going to have to bear with me for a second on how to survive here at Beacon. Number one is obvious, go to class. They do add up, trust me. I've gone in trouble before. Number two, understand this is a great place and a great opportunity for you to strive and make something of yourself. So don't, let anyone tell you otherwise. This is a really great place. Number two, do your homework. Yes, again, I got in trouble for that. And you do actually have to do your homework. Let's see. Number four, I just think this is important. Take some time for yourself. And it gets overwhelming if you don't take that personal time just to, step back from your friends and homework and all that. And if you don't do that, then most likely you're going to be more overwhelmed than what you should be. And number five is create an everlasting relationship and friendships here. And know this is one of the best times of your life, and to take that in. And thank you.
Thank you, William. So William welcomed and inspired those of you who in the FGA so well represent the entering members of Beacon's college student community. It is fair to say that on a similarly hot day in August, Michael Tabankin sat where you are today, anxiously awaiting the start of his undergraduate experience at Beacon College. We are justifiably proud of Michael's accomplishments and know you will find his message to those entering Beacon College inspiring. It is my privilege to introduce Michael Tabankin, the Beacon class of 2016, to deliver today's convocation address. Michael?
Thank you, Dr. Chandler, for the introduction. First, let me say, welcome class of 2022 to your first day at Beacon College. My name is Michael Tabankin, and I'm an alumni of class 2016. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computers, web and digital media, and a minor in business management. Each of you now has taken your first steps on a new adventure, which you get to experience in their lifetime. And though you are all here for a common goal, you all came from different backgrounds and different beginnings. To give everyone some insight about my own background and my own beginnings, it all starts back in 2009 when I just finished my last year of high school in a faraway land in a little state called New Jersey. During this time, there we go, thank you. During this time, everyone was applying to their preferred colleges, and as for me, I was only accepted at a local community college. It was the only college that would accept my average GPA, my average grades, along with my horrible SAT scores. So when I started that college chapter of my life, I was completely overwhelmed. I wasn't a very sociable person, so asking the professors for help or asking classmates to borrow their notes was a battle I couldn't win. I felt embarrassed taking the same class twice after failing the first time, and with the same professor. So over the course of 3 years as a student there, I just started to give up and stop going to classes and kind of gave up on myself. And I'm probably not painting a good picture here for myself, but bear with me. One night, I spoke to a good friend of mine, and he recommended that I should find a job and to make money to pay back my parents for wasting theirs on me. So I told my mom I was going to drop out of college, and she agreed I should take a semester off. And I looked at her and I realized that we had two conflicting ideas of what not going back to college means. One day, while working as a florist at a local grocery store, my mother came to me and she wanted to speak to me when I got home. So after killing every flower and plant that I touched, I went home and I went to my mom and I was waiting at the dining room table. My mother, who is a saint and never gave up on me, printed out the information of colleges she thought that would be a good fit for me. I knew I was resistant to going back to school, but for her, I would check out the colleges she printed out. There were colleges from Connecticut, Arizona, New York, Vermont, and of course, New Jersey. But there was one interesting college that caught my attention. It's at Beacon College. Population 140 students, class size 10 to 12 students, among other stats. But truthfully, if I'm being honest with everyone, I only saw the fine words that said Florida. And that was my Willy Wonka ticket out of my Jersey Shore life there. So, going through the admissions process, which many of you have done, you all have done, I was accepted and was ready to enroll for the fall of 2012 semester. Days before my first orientation, my father came to me and made an ultimatum. He looked me in the eyes, all serious-like, as all serious fathers do, and he told me, I'm not going to waste this money if you're going to fail again. You do good your first year, you can stay in Florida. If not, well, you didn't have to tell me. So thus began my 3.5 years at Beacon College, meeting new people, taking risks, finding the courage I never thought I had. And now I find myself in this time and moment where you are all now, for me 6 years ago. I would like to share 3 tips for all the freshmen here as you begin your college journey life. First, be kind and open to your fellow classmates. If there's one thing I learned at my experience at Beacon College my freshman year, it's that you can't hide from Beacon. If you miss class, there will be a staff member, his name is Jim, and he will be looking for you. But more than that, if you see someone who's sitting alone at lunch, sit with them. Learn who this person is. Their interests may not be your interests, but if you can see past what they're saying and see that they are just a good persona at heart, you might have discovered a new connection that might be something new to you one day. And let's face it, you're going to be seeing the people around you for the next 4 years. From someone who has a hard time speaking to people, I learned a lot by putting myself in the most uncomfortable positions. There are 2 quotes I would kind of want to share that relates to what I'm saying. First is, every journey is a vast sea of opportunities, but none are quite so precious as the encounters with others. Sharing a connection with someone new, forever how brief of a time, is unforgettable, for it is a chance to learn about others and yourself. And the second quote is actually someone who I just discovered this week. He's a 10-year-old boy named Jordan. I like what he said. He said, if people hate you, don't hate them. The second tip I like to bestow upon you is to take risks. Life revolves all around taking risks. Funny thing about risks is that it comes from the basic emotion that all humans feel, which is fear. It's the feeling that we get when we're uncomfortable or uncertain about the future, or frankly anything that really scares you. And yet you don't realize in the moment when you're nervous, the person next to you is probably feeling just as nervous as well. I'm kind of curious here, by all the freshmen here, how many of you did not get a good night's rest last night because of today? Out of a raise of hands. A few people? No, it's okay. Nice to not hurt my feelings or anything like that. It's cool. Absolutely, yeah. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty nervous right now. I have a lot of powerful people watching my back right now. So there's no pressure whatsoever. But to make the most of your time here at Beacon, you have to look past the fear, like Batman, and do something new. Partake in clubs that you never heard of. Take classes that sound interesting to you. Or maybe sign up for the staff and faculty versus students activities game, because you know the students outnumber the faculty 40-1. Probably making that up, sorry. One of my biggest risks I've taken was being a tour guide my sophomore year. It was something I never thought or comprehend something I can do. But taking a chance, and with the motivational support from the staff around me, I got past this barrier. And this took me far to the point where now I work within the admissions department as an admissions counselor, and I had the pleasure to speak and tour with some of you in the audience today. The only way to see how far you can truly go in life is to push yourself beyond your limits now. The third and final tip I would like to say is that you should never underestimate or undervalue yourself. Each one of you has the potential to achieve greatness. And though you may not see that within yourselves now, in time, you will develop confidence, persistence, and the weight of responsibility of becoming your own advocate. In doing so, you will change the world, no matter how big or small the actions may be. Recently, I just changed the world by winning a redesigned logo contest for the Florida Ahead organization. which stands for Association of Higher Education and Disabilities. So from now until they get tired of it, this logo I created will be the new symbol that everyone will see and will define this powerful and prestigious organization. So I say to all the freshmen to go out and make a difference, be part of someone's life, or work towards the career you see yourself in 5 or 10 years, because you will make a difference. So at the end of it all, did I prove to my father that I could be a successful college student? Yes, I'm still here, so yes, I believe so. Did I also take a lot of selfies and send them to my father saying, wish you were here when he was stuck at home when Hurricane Sandy hit? Yeah, I did that too, a lot. But in all seriousness, it all starts freshman year. You start strong in the classes you're in. Get to know everyone. Don't limit yourself with one clique. Join others. Enjoy life with new people and friends. Push yourself to do new things. This is the time to explore and discover new traits about yourself. And never underestimate the abilities you have, because you are so much more than you know. And the faculty and staff, including myself, will keep reminding you about that. I look forward to seeing and talking to everyone during the school year, during lunchtime. Thank you.
Michael, thank you for sharing an inspiring message to the next generation of our proud collegiate community. Beacon is indeed fortunate to have a graduate whose legacy of service as a student continues to influence the Beacon experience today. Well done. When it's time for the president to speak, can the close of the ceremony not be far away? I think not. It is my distinct privilege to introduce the third president of Beacon College, Dr. George Haggerty.
Thank you, Provost Chandler. Thank you, Michael, for having us remember exactly why we're here as faculty and staff to see graduates like you, and William for giving such sound advice. I didn't know you had missed so many classes, but probably didn't know that before the election. I'd first like to thank all of the staff and the faculty and all the residence staff, all the professionals and support staff, the buildings and grounds staff, for making today's move as seamless as possible. You were probably surrounded as you moved into your residences. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. And I think the students and their parents, whether you're here or streamed in, I think we should thank all of the people who helped us today make a smooth transition. So thank you. And one other shout out is to the admissions office. The admissions office had a difficult task this year. You see, we are in somewhat of a Cinderella scenario at Beacon College. As many colleges struggle, we have grown. And this year, the admissions office brought in just a small number more students than we brought in last year. So it was a very competitive process for admissions. The beauty of this Cinderella story is that most of the growth that we have seen this year has been in freshman and sophomore retention, students who like it here and are staying. So where we brought in 10 more freshmen, we had 50 more rising sophomores and rising juniors. But I think that we all owe the admissions staff a great thank you for bringing this very talented freshman and incoming class to us. So thank you. All right. Congratulations to all of you who in 4 years will be the graduating class of 2022. Last year, before you probably even came through the application process, when I greeted the new freshman class, which is retained so well, I'm surprised because you may recall, for those of you here, that I actually sang during these remarks. He sang a little piece of When You Wish Upon a Star. I tried to draw tidbits from my life. And by the way, when I sang that, I was praising Jiminy Cricket, and my grandchildren had this show Frozen that I had to listen to thousands and thousands of times. And if I heard let it go again, I think I was going to drive myself crazy. But anyway, so this year when we were planning for this event, we had the registrar and assistant registrar, David Brown, and Kerry Santaw in the meeting with us. And I said, so here's what I'm thinking of doing for the presentation. And David said, you're not going to sing. Now that is so British. If you know, where is David? David, can you just stand for a second? There is our registrar. So I'm going to try to do the beginning of this, and again, I know I'm the closing act, so I'll do it really as quickly as possible. I saw this movie that I really liked, and it was a sequel to another movie, both British, by the way, British movies, David. One was called Love Actually. I don't know if you've all seen that, but it's a wonderful movie, and it had a sequel, a little different plot, and it was called About Time. And it was the story of, and if you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. It's about a young man who could go back through some quirk of his family. He could go back in time by just putting his hands together, being in a dark place, and he could go back and live a day over again, any day. It was kind of like a classy Groundhog's Day. That's the way to think about this movie. And he could go back at any time. And there were all sorts of trials and tribulations as he went back. And there was a song with it. And the song was called The Luckiest. It's one of the theme songs of it, which I love because it started out with something that was part of my reflection of growing up. David, I'm not going to sing this, all right? I don't get many things right the first time. In fact, I am told that a lot. It would have been much better if I sang it to you, but I was a kid who used to get seconds in spelling bees. My chemistry experiments always had to be done 2 or 3 times so I got the same results as the rest of the class. I wasn't a great baseball player, so when I did get a hit, I'd trip on the way down to first base. And later on, before I had trouble with my eyesight, when I golfed, I was an automatic mulligan, you know. But the truth was that I knew that I could, by these things, get better. In the movie that I was talking about time, the young man comes to a revelation. And that is, as he's going through all these trials and tribulations, you know, I can go back in time, I can try to change things. But the most important thing that I can do is live my life fully and well every day. And at the end of this song, The Luckiest, David, I've got to. At the end of the song, The Luckiest, there's a refrain, and it really hit me. I am go back to that, all right? I know you wish I sung When You Wish Upon a Star. I apologize for that. I want to reflect and probably capture what everybody else has really imparted today. And that's to take this time seriously. This is an incredible time in your life where if you take this with seriousness of purpose, your life and your ambitions will be transformed. And you can't hear this too much about success here. There's a recipe for success at Beacon. 1, be in college, not simply at college. Secondly, I heard exactly what William said. Go to every class. Third, establish trusting friendships and good social groups. This may be difficult for some of you, but we will attempt to draw you out, as will the students who surround you. Get out of your room. It's wonderful to have some quiet space. But you know, we created this Durand Park, which we dedicated just an hour ago, because you need to have quiet, reflective spaces where you may not be alone. It's wonderful to have your quiet time, but balance it. Get out into the community. And finally, most importantly at Beacon, on a campus and in a world where you can be anything, be kind. If you came to open house, you knew that I spoke about this study done by actually one of our trustees, Dr. Sheldon Horowitz with the National Center for Learning Disabilities. It's very important because until 2015, nobody asked students themselves about what worked in their transition from high school onto college or work. It seems like it should have been really easy for scholars to figure out, but nobody really did it and put a national survey together. And so the National Center for Learning Disabilities did that. And what they were trying to find out is what makes the difference between a student who thrives, who's a navigator, and students who cope and struggle. And what they found was that there were 3 compelling drivers that reflected more than 80% of whether a student thrived, they were a navigator, or they coped. The first one was the availability of a mentor or an important role model. The second one was self-knowledge and self-advocacy. The third was feeling integral to a community and engaging in this supportive community, engaging with it, being part of it, being in, not at. So there you have it. Beacon College. It's the reason that I came to Beacon College. I recognize that. It's a very special community that has the capacity to transform your life. The people who are most important are going to be your peers and you will create lasting friendships. I don't care how shy you feel you may be, but it's also the people in the front rows here, our faculty, our staff, all of the support professionals we have, the people in the residences, the people who serve you in the dining commons, the people who are with you constantly making sure that life is improving, the student leaders. We're here to share in your life, in your growth. There will be challenges. We've heard a little about it. There will be challenges. But there will be joy, and great joy. And there will be achievement. And what you need to do is to take this as the gift that it is, with a seriousness of purpose. And then, maybe not today, I don't believe that all of you slept well last night, by the way, but maybe not today. Maybe next week, maybe next month, some of you maybe 2 months from now. My guess is that you'll hear in your mind a very bad rendition of The Luckiest. I am the luckiest. Have a great orientation, and I'll see you around campus.
Thank you, Dr. Haggerty. With our platform party's remarks leading us to the promise of an extraordinary undergraduate experience here at Beacon, I would like to call again Dr. Greenstein to share with you the important and exciting details of the several days ahead until classes begin. Dr. Greenstein?
So I wanted to quickly go over a couple of housekeeping details on the schedule. I'm tempted to make a quick change so that the parents do trivia tonight and Dr. Haggerty can do live music for the students. Maybe. No, so when we're done here tonight and the party has processed, we are going to head straight to dinner. And so anyone is welcome to head to the chopping block tonight until 6:30. And everyone here is welcome to join us there. You can also take some downtime to finish settling into your rooms and doing whatever else you need to. At 6:30, we do want to see the students back in the Student Center. That space has been completely transformed for us to be prepared to start sharing some important information with you. And so over the next day and a half, we'll be sharing all kinds of important information to help you be successful while you're here. Parents, we will have a session for you tonight, so this is our first chance to start that separation a little bit. And then tomorrow you'll come back together again before we separate you finally, before we start classes on Monday. So the parents were at the Opera House down the street, and we'll be sure to be able to help you get there from the chopping block on down the street with all of the faculty and staff that are joining us tonight. Tomorrow morning we will start at 9 o'clock back in the Student Center with our Student Services Browse, and that's an opportunity to learn all about the different resources and support that is available to you on campus. So I encourage everyone to come there. And then the other big piece during that same time frame, you should have received an appointment card today to know when to meet with your learning specialist tomorrow. So we want to make sure that all of you get an opportunity to meet with your learning specialist during your assigned time. So work your schedule accordingly so that you can see your learning specialist and get to all the resources during the Student Services Browse. The rest of the day from there, we'll follow on through and we'll guide you throughout. So we look forward to working with you over the next couple of days and make sure that you and both the students and the parents have everything you need to know to help us all be successful as we move forward into the year. Dr. Chandler?
With our purposes for the convocation fairly met, it is my honor to call the opening ceremony of the 2018-2019 academic year to a conclusion. Congratulations, entering students and dear families. You have chosen your academic home well, and as you will see, your life will unfold in ways unforeseen and unimagined when you first stepped on the Beacon campus. This convocation is now concluded. As Professor Jamie Fleming and our Piper lead out the platform party and the faculty in procession, I respectfully request that the audience remain standing at your seats. Once the procession has departed the ceremony, we invite all new students and their families to proceed to the chopping block dining hall for dinner. And again, for parents, there will be a dessert reception from 6:30 to 8 at the Leesburg Opera House. Will the platform party, faculty, and the audience please rise? Dr. Fleming, will you do us the honor?